Hi guys, Glenn here from Game Reviews, and we're back with some Helldivers 2 news. But before we get into it, check out some crazy bugs I've been dealing with all day yesterday and the day before.
Like seriously. Seriously, but oh my god. Like, what am I supposed to do here? That's mental. But I'm on the falling down from orbit. Oh my god, I'm incinerated. The atmosphere eradicated me.
Yeah guys, so that was crazy. That really pissed me off, and you heard my proper Irish accent coming out there, so I wasn't as articulate as I should have been. But yeah, that's what happens when you're waiting for a game to play after finishing work, and that shit happens to you. But anyway, it's still an amazing game, and it's funny, and also it's content, so who cares? But before we get into the patch notes, don't forget to hit a like, hit a subscribe. It really will help grow this channel, and my other videos have been doing amazing. So thank you so much to everybody who has actually engaged and gave some information on it. But let's go back into the patch notes. So basically what we found was fixed multiple crashes triggered when joining other players' ships, as so happened to me. Fixed crashes triggered when exiting ADS. And we fixed crashes triggered when players leave a session while bombardments are active, and fixed issues where online missions in the Galactic War map were unselected, and fixed issues with the Game Guard on Steam's verify integrity step, and then also did the same thing on the Windows firewall, and then fixed issues preventing access to ship management panel, fixed issues causing players to get stuck in the defrosting or in the cinematics. Also happened to me, and it's hilarious but also frustrating. And then obviously fixed crashes triggered when the process of buying super credits fails. Fixed what were we at? So fixed crashes triggered when consecutive quick play attempts, and implemented a functionality where you get kicked if you're inactive for 15 minutes. And then there's also the known issues there. I'll leave that up for a minute. I'm not going to run through that. But like, this was from the 22nd, and it seems like that it was a good step in the right direction. But after that patch came out, that's when, at the beginning of this video, I was still falling through the ship. So it's still going to take time. It's still going to have issues. There has been a smaller update in terms of the server capacity from today, which was released this morning at about 10:02, and that's UK time, so depending, maybe that was released a little bit earlier and it was through Steam. But that patch from the 22nd seems to be very pushed towards the PC gaming. Here's the one from today. Basically, we've raised the server cap, which is a huge plus, and then fixed issues where some players get stuck in the cinematics for an extended period of time. Now, they've mentioned that yesterday, so maybe it was still an issue that it didn't really fix, so they probably doubled down on that. And then there's also some of the known issues that they're looking for as well. So there is, I'm going to leave that up there and have a quick read through it if you haven't read it already. But yeah, it seems like they're getting there. They're rolling these out very quickly, very effectively. They've put the time in. There's still, some sort of bugs that are going on, but we're getting there. But also, I did have a couple of comments in terms of the railgun, and I did a bit of diving into the railgun as well. I've actually used the railgun because I wanted to try it out from the feedback that I got in my previous videos. And essentially, it seems like the railgun isn't as effective as it used to be. You absolutely are correct. I've actually scoured Reddit. I've looked across YouTube. I've looked across some articles. But it does seem that the railgun isn't as effective or one-shotting. So essentially, I don't think they meant to maybe nerf the railgun, but it seems like the railgun has been nerfed. Now, maybe that's just true. The patch updates, these things happen when they're bringing patches into a game. Some things get affected, should I say, and they're not as effective in the game. So, this is what these type of platforms are for, the community feedback. I would suggest, definitely give your feedback to the devs. They seem like they're listening. They seem like they're keeping an eye out on the community as well. So, yeah. Another topic I wanted to get into was kind of where the game's leading to. And my friend who I play with, essentially, we were debating. Now, actually, before I get into that, let me just pull it back a couple of seconds. I was actually going to speak on the matchmaking. we did speak on previous videos that the matchmaking should be pulling a single player into a party of 3, and if you're a duo into a party of 2, and then everything else underneath that, if they can't find you a game, just put you in with someone and move on. Now, I actually met a couple of guys online, and essentially when we went in to play a game, we actually were communicating through the chat, and it was great. We actually could send a few friend requests across. And it found that after like 3 games, we just got disbanded. We did link back up, the 3 of us, and essentially, you know, we was like, who kind of left the game, who quit his, whatever, and nobody did. It just kicked us out. And this was yesterday as well, so there was a bit of an issue there. So I don't know if that's something that is ongoing. These things happen, as we've probably seen from other games, that, you know, they've brought the patch out. There might be some, you know, tweaks that they might need to make to it, but the patch is there. So once that patch is out and they have issues with matchmaking kind of basically resolved, they can just fine tune it a little bit more and polish it off. But it is more effective. And then also on the other point is that we were having this conversation, me and my friend JF, and essentially we were saying with the credits that you build, not the super credits, but the in-game credits that you pay for your orbitals and your stratagems, you know, he basically has everything paid up to and has all the stratagems, and he is just building money now. What do you do with that money? You know, like, it's constantly going to build up, it's constantly going to be there. But we were talking about maybe possibly having a vendor. Maybe you could, like, you know, for 10,000 credits, you could get essentially, you know, 2 rare, you know, materials that you might need, instead of having to push to farm them and go in for another 40-minute game, and just have a limited. I don't know how well that would work, or maybe upgrading the weapons. I know the shotgun breaker has, like, you know, the fire rounds or cryo rounds, but I don't know, maybe, you know, they take away from their kind of paid side of things, which is small enough, so they probably don't want to liquidate that any further. But yeah, that's kind of what we're thinking. What are your thoughts if you're over rank 20, and now you've probably purchased all your stratagems, and now you're looking just to get materials and those credits. Now, I'm not talking about super credits. The ore credits, the yellow credits in the game are building up. What are your thoughts on it? How are you finding it? Would you say that they might need to bring something like this in, maybe a vendor or some way to, you know, transition that in-game currency to more effective measures, or to even upgrade your ship to purchase, as I said, some of those materials. But yeah, it'd be nice to see, and maybe on a lower scale to purchase those materials, because they still want you to go into the game. But we should see how that gets on and how that will develop. But, you know, we're building up a lot of those credits now, and it's not really, you know, they're not being used for anything in a sense. So, you know, maybe they will, you know, bring a new stratagem in that will cost a serious amount of money. So I don't know, it'll be nice to see. But guys, once again, thank you so much for tuning in. If, you know, you're returning viewer, thank you so much for supporting the channel. It's been absolutely great. If you're new to the channel, please, you know, hit a like and give me a feedback, whether it's good or bad. It helps me improve. And if you really want to stick around, now hit the subscribe button and maybe even ring the bell. That would be absolutely amazing. Once, you know, we hit the 500 subscriber mark, I'm definitely going to give a giveaway, and then we get the next milestone out for 1,000. So yeah, we should see a good striding in. And let me know what you think of the Helldivers 2 or any other games or any other issues that you're finding in the game. Happy to do the research, happy to bring my thoughts on it, and we can have a discussion down in the comments. But also wanted to say is that conversations with myself and my friend JF, we're probably going to do a live stream, possibly on Twitch, and set that up. So if you are a subscriber, I will at some stage leave that information. Maybe you want to pop over, watch us play the game, talk about some of the issues that happen in the game, or the good stuff or the bad stuff. And yeah, next one, guys. Thank you so much.